Good afternoon and welcome to today's vlog for Friday the 18th of July. I hope everybody is well. Friday in the transport world is known as Foot Down Friday. I think for me today it's been frustrating, fed up, feet up Friday. I can honestly say today has been up there in the top 2 of worst days I've ever had as an owner driver on the CX, and quite amazing really for me. I told you last night on my vlog from yesterday that I had a job for this morning, a job that I had done before, and I went into the day. I was really enthusiastic for the day. Yesterday was a funny old day, sort of half a day job for me yesterday. And I watched the football last night, and normally I'm in bed by 10, but I didn't get to bed till about 11:30 because the football went on and the dog wanted to walk and stuff. But I woke up this morning and I'm really raring to go. So I had this job booked in. It was a long wheelbase job from Ipswich going to just north of Wroxham in Norfolk. I think it's just slightly over 60 miles. And I've done the job before for £80, and £80 was the price that I put on, which was accepted. 8 o'clock collection. I've picked up there before, as I've said, and I know they open at 7, but they're normally loading their own vehicles. So I thought I'd meet in the middle. Got there for 7:30. My stuff was ready, sitting on the side. I was loaded and away by 7:45, so that's good. It's about an hour and a half to just where I was going. I needed to stop and get some diesel on the way, which I did, and then I hit some traffic top end of the A140 where it meets the A47. There's some roadworks on the A47 and it caused a bit of a tailback round the roundabout and stuff, so it held me up for a little bit, and the roadworks on the 47. But I was there for 9:30 and was empty fairly quickly by 20 to 10. So that was all good. It's on an industrial estate. There's a lovely cafe there with some benches outside, so I was able to park up, get myself a nice cup of coffee, have a little break, sit there and peruse the feed. There was there was a couple of jobs. There was one from Great Yarmouth which was going to Cranley in Surrey, long wheelbase job, 180 miles, and I put a price on that of 200, which I don't think is totally unrealistic, but I didn't get that job. There was one from Norwich going to Huntingdon for a small wheelbase, 80 miles I think that was. I put a price of £80 and didn't get that one. So it got to, I gave it a while obviously, but it got to 11 o'clock, and I wasn't getting anywhere. Nothing was happening, so I made the decision that I'm going to make my way back down towards Norwich and round the 47 and 140 and head to Diss. There's a BP garage on the A140 there which has got plenty of parking and toilets, and I thought that's a good place. Diss, as work comes out of Diss, and I can get to Thetford, and if necessary get down towards Ipswich if I wanted. So I think it was about half an hour, 40 minutes to get there. Still nothing coming up on the feed. There was one job from Thetford. I think it was 12:30 collection, can't remember now. Going to Coventry, 80 miles. And it is a shipper that I've worked with before, and their feedback is exemplary. 30-day payment. But when I did a job for them, I really had trouble getting paid. I didn't get paid at the end of 30 days, and I left it for 3 or 4 days like I normally do, and rang them up, and we had some story. I still don't make head or tail of it anyway. Something to do with the invoice number on my invoice not connecting with their system, which meant it couldn't be paid. But we got that sorted out. But I was disappointed that they said they couldn't then pay it till the end of the month. So in theory I waited 60 days for that payment. I'm sure if they needed a part for their Scania or Volvo or something that needed paying straight away, they would have found a way of paying for it. I'm not going to name the company. I don't think it's fair. They have paid me, albeit late. I didn't leave any feedback on the CX. I just ignored the feedback page, quite frankly. and I was looking at this job, and I thought, shall I give him a second chance? And I just decided, no, I'm not going to. Anyway, so I got back to this. I sat there. It's now 2 o'clock, and I've given up. I have given up. I've thrown the towel in. Absolutely nothing coming out from this area, and it's unusual. It's always the way. If you're in somewhere like Maidstone, you'll see loads of work coming out of Diss and and Bury St Edmunds and Thetford. Nothing. And then when you're down in, you'll see work coming out of Maidstone, and when you get down there, you have days where there's absolutely nothing there. I don't know whether I'm joking, obviously, but I wonder if the CX algorithm has decided he doesn't want to give me any work today and not showing me those jobs. But that's what it feels like anyway. Very frustrating. One job, £80. But it happens. I'm sure estate agents get days where nobody comes in and wants to look at a house, and I'm sure plumbers have days where they sit at home and the phone doesn't ring. It's just going to happen. It's just frustrating, slightly annoying. But what can you do? There isn't anything you can do. I did think of phoning up Tommy from TCS and see if he had a packet of tissues that he needed taking to Leeds for like £6.80 a mile, but I decided not to in the end. Yeah, there we go, one of those days. So it happens, and again, as I've said 1,000 times, it's so important that you don't overstretch yourself with expenses, your van, your mortgage, your life expenses, because you will get days like this. And I'm sure the day will come round, we'll have a really, really good day, and I'm sure plenty of you today have had a really, really good day. It's just the way it goes. So that's all done. I'm on my way home. I'm going to be home comfortably by 4 o'clock. I'm going to go and have a walk and a cup of tea and chill out and forget about it. Don't work the weekends, I've mentioned that. The only thing I do at the weekend, Sunday morning, it's my turn to get up early with the dog at 5 o'clock. So once he's been out in the garden and he's had his breakfast, I sit down and do all my paperwork on a Sunday morning, send any emails of PODs or invoices I need to do, put everything on the Sage accounting system, cross off any money that's been paid, etc, etc, and then later in the day I'll give the van a tidy up, check all the fuel level, oil levels and tyre pressures and stuff, and that's about it. So have a lovely weekend. I hope you've had a good day, and we'll go again on Monday. I haven't got a job for Monday yet. There's a job coming up for Monday, but I left it just in case something came up for this afternoon that needed delivering first thing on a Monday. But we'll have a look. I'm going to get home and I'll leave till 4 o'clock and have a look then. Anyway, have a lovely weekend. Take care, and we'll speak Monday. All the best. Cheers, Paul.